Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get you informed, fast. Today, we're jumping into a really interesting part of digital finance. It's the WEEX, cryptocurrency trading platform. Specifically, we're looking at their Futures and Bitcoin PRO app. Our mission really is to break down the sources, pull out the key features, the user experience stuff, and the critical things you need to consider. So you walk away really understanding WEEX, not just what it is, but what it actually means for you as a potential trader.
And that's so important, isn't it? Because platforms like WEEX, they're trying to do something pretty ambitious. They're trying to blend that ease of access for, let's say, crypto newcomers with the really advanced, sometimes high-stakes tools that experienced traders are looking for, understanding how they manage that balancing act and what it implies for users. Well, that's absolutely vital in the crypto world today. It moves so fast.
Right. Okay, so let's start with the basics. How does WEEX actually present itself? What's their core promise? Based on what we've seen, it looks like they position themselves as a global crypto exchange. The main goal seems to be providing a trading environment that's secure, efficient, and importantly, user-friendly. They talk a lot about fast trading, low fees, secure withdrawals, and supporting a pretty wide range of cryptocurrencies too.
That's the gist of it, yeah. They definitely use that phrase, next generation crypto exchange. And beyond just the trading itself, the materials really highlight things like strong security, they mention institutional grade stuff, plus 247 customer support, which is key, and an intuitive interface. These seem to be the foundations they're building on.
Okay, let's get into the features, especially the ones that earn that PRO in the app's name. Futures trading. We know futures let you speculate on price movements without actually owning the coin, right? But WEEX seems to take this, well, pretty far. What makes their futures offering different, especially that 200x leverage figure we saw?
Yeah, that 200x leverage is definitely the headline grabber for their futures. It really signals who they're targeting, likely very aggressive traders, maybe those looking for extremely short-term moves. Offering up to 200x on certain pairs, it fundamentally changes the game compared to platforms with lower leverage. It can massively amplify profits, of course, but, and this is the crucial part, it equally amplifies potential losses, often incredibly quickly. They also seem to push competitive fees specifically for these futures trades.
Okay, 200x leverage, that sounds incredibly risky. So how does the platform help traders manage that? Because with leverage that high, you absolutely need solid risk management tools.
Absolutely. You can't offer that kind of leverage without tools. So WEEX provides the essentials. You've got different order types, market orders for getting in or out immediately, limit orders to set specific prices, and stop limit orders, which help protect against big, sudden moves against you, and crucially, take profit and stop loss settings. These are vital. They let you automate closing your position when you hit a profit target or, more importantly, a loss limit you defined beforehand. Essential with high leverage. There's also the funding rate mechanism that's kind of a behind-the-scenes thing, small payments between longs and shorts to keep futures prices close to spot prices, and different margin modes. You've got isolated margin, where only the money you put into that specific trade is at risk, versus cross margin, which uses your entire account balance to try and keep your position open. Much riskier, obviously. And yes, Bitcoin BTC is definitely a central asset for trading there, both futures and spot.
Right. So besides those high-stakes futures, they also offer spot trading. How's that different? And why offer both?
Spot trading is, well, it's the straightforward version. Buying and selling crypto at the current price for immediate delivery. You actually own the asset you buy. Unlike futures, WEEX includes it because, well, not everyone wants to trade futures. Some users prefer direct ownership, simpler transactions. It provides that fundamental option alongside the more complex stuff.
Okay, here's where things get really interesting, I think, especially for maybe newer folks trying to get into trading. Copy trading. This seems like a huge feature for them.
Oh, absolutely. Copy trading is fascinating. WEEX offers this one-click system. It essentially lets users automatically mirror the trades made by other, presumably successful and skilled traders on the platform. It's got a kind of dual benefit, you see. For the followers, people who might be less experienced, they can potentially benefit from expert strategies without needing to do all the analysis themselves. And for the experienced traders, the ones being copied, they can earn a percentage of the profits their followers make. So it creates this interesting incentive structure, almost a collaborative trading environment within the platform.
That does sound appealing. Okay, switching gears a bit. User experience. A platform can have all the features, but if it's clunky or confusing, how user-friendly is WEEX, according to the sources?
The feedback generally points towards it being pretty intuitive, actually. And beginner-friendly, despite the advanced features. It seems heavily designed for mobile use. iOS and Android apps are central. You get your real-time market data, charts, often integrated with TradingView, which is popular. The design is generally described as clean, making navigation relatively easy. The idea is you get pretty much full desktop functionality, but on your phone.
Okay, intuitive is good, but in crypto, security is paramount.
Mm.
So let's talk security and regulation. What are they saying about how secure WEEX is and what's their regulatory standing?
All right, security first. WEEX highlights what they call institutional-grade security. They mention multi-layered protection, dual-layer risk management systems, basically trying to reassure users their funds are safe. On the regulatory side, they say they've obtained financial licenses in several places, specifically mention our MSB licenses, that's Money Services Business in the US, Canada, and Australia, which essentially means they're registered to handle things like currency exchange and money transfers in those countries. And they do confirm that 24/7 customer service, which is definitely a plus for support.
Okay, MSB licenses. But now the big topic for many in crypto, the no KYC aspect, know your customer. This seems to be a major point of interest, maybe even controversy. Let's deal with the PEX and KYC.
Yeah, this definitely comes up. Some sources indicate WEEX offers an option to register without going through the full KYC process. This allows for, well, anonymous trading up to certain withdrawal limits, apparently.
Which some people really value, right? For privacy.
Exactly. For users focused on privacy, or maybe just wanting quicker access without submitting documents, this is seen as a big positive, a pro. But, and it's a significant but, there's the other side. Operating with minimal or no KYC can sometimes mean less regulatory oversight for the exchange itself. This can raise concerns for some users about, overall platform accountability, maybe potential risks related to illicit activities filtering through, which could indirectly affect everyone.
So it's a trade-off.
It really is, and it's absolutely crucial. Users must check the specific KYC rules for their own country and how much they plan to trade or withdraw. These requirements can definitely vary.
Okay, so we have all these features, the high leverage copy trading, the KYC situation. What about the costs, fees, bonuses? And then let's wrap up with the really critical part, the potential risks involved.
Yeah.
Because there are always risks.
Sure. On fees, WEX generally promotes a competitive structure. Typically, you see lower fees for maker orders, those that add liquidity by not filling immediately, compared to taker orders that remove liquidity by filling instantly. Pretty standard stuff. They also seem to offer the usual incentives, welcome bonuses, trading discounts, often tied to using referral codes, things to attract new users.
Oh, right. But now, the crucial potential considerations and risks. What does this all mean in terms of caution for someone listening?
Okay, this is vital. Anyone considering WEEX or any similar platform needs to understand these risks clearly. First, high leverage. We keep mentioning it because it's critical. Yes, it can mean big profits, but it dramatically increases the risk of getting liquidated, losing your entire investment very, very quickly, especially in crypto markets, which are already volatile. Imagine that 200x leverage amplifying a sudden price drop.
Wipes you out almost instantly.
Potentially, yes. Second, the no KYC concerns. As we discussed, while it offers privacy, operating without full KYC can sometimes correlate with less regulatory scrutiny. Users need to weigh that privacy against potential risks related to platform oversight and long-term stability. Third, just the general volatility of crypto markets. Even without leverage, trading Bitcoin, altcoins, especially futures, it's inherently high risk.
Yeah.
Prices swing wildly. That's just the nature of the beast right now.
Absolutely.
And finally, platform legitimacy. Look, while many reviews seem positive, digging around, you do find some sources that raise questions or label WEEX as potentially risky. This doesn't mean it is definitively one way or the other, but it absolutely highlights the need for extreme caution. Do your own research, check independent reviews, maybe start with a very small amount you can afford to lose. Due diligence is non-negotiable here.
Okay, so to kind of wrap it up, WEEX comes across as this comprehensive, quite user-friendly platform. Big focus on futures, that extremely high leverage, the copy trading feature, all packaged in a mobile-first design with stated claims of strong security.
Exactly. But the real takeaway, the thought maybe to leave listeners with is this. When you're dealing with platforms offering tools like 200x leverage in a market that can swing 20% in a day, what does doing your research or understanding risk truly entail? It's more than just reading reviews or setting a stop-loss order, isn't it? It's about deeply understanding your own risk tolerance, your capital limits, the technology itself, the market dynamics. How do you personally balance the undeniable opportunities in crypto with the very real, very intense personal responsibility that comes with navigating this digital financial frontier? Something to really think about.